So this is the game that I made with Unity in C#. So I'm going to start off over here with the debugger, so we can see that our level here is set at 0, our current screen is set at main menu, and our password is empty. So let's run the game. So where would you like to hack into? And it gives you a little list of options and a spot to enter your selection. So I'm going to say 8, and it's invalid. So I'm going to try 9, also invalid, or about try. So then I'm going to try menu. I'm going to get a clear selection menu again. So let's make an actual selection. Let's go for 3. So now here we get an update to our level selection is now 3, and our current screen is now on the password screen. And here, for the debugger, we get the hint that our password is Starfield. In this, it's going to ask for the password and give a hint, which is an anagram of Starfield. And it also gives the menu hint that you can go back to the main menu at any time. So here, we'll just go back, and we'll see that our current screen gets reset, but the last held on to variables here are still in the selection. So let's try for level 3 again. And so this one actually does update, and then you can see that it does with the new password of environment. So I misspelled that, so it's going to give me a new password, the new anagram. And that one is spelled correctly, so we're still on level 3. We're now on the win screen with the password having been astronauts. So we get our little ASCII art here, and our hint that we can of course go back to the main menu. So the same thing happens for level 1 and level 2. We just move through main screens and password screens and the win screen. So you can also just keep slicking through, and it will finally make a selection when you have a legitimate or valid selection. So it only resets when it is supposed to. So then if we look at the code, this is in Visual Studios. What it is doing here is it has the public class hacker and mono behavior. And then we have some game configuration data and some game state data, like the level and the screens and the password. So we would start here, and our first part would be to show the main menu. And so in here, the terminal clears the screen, and then we set our current screen to main menu, and we give the user their options, their main menu options. So after that, we're just waiting on the user's input, and once we receive that, the first part, and they are always capable of doing no matter what screen they're on or what option, is if they have input menu, then we would go back to show main menu, where we would of course clear the screen, reset the screen to the current selection of main menu, and then give them their options again. Otherwise, if their current screen is the main menu, then they're going to run their main menu input. And so we have a is valid level number here, 1, 2, and 3. And if it is the valid number, then we're going to parse that into an integer, and we'll ask them for their password. If not, there is a secret level hint of if you put in 007, it'll ask you to select a level Mr. Bond. Otherwise, it lets you know that it's an invalid number, and it will give you the menu hint that you can type menu at any time to return to the main menu. So say that it is a correct input, it will ask for the password. And so here they reset the screen, or we reset the screen to password, clear the terminal, and then we set a random password. So it pops down here. And say we chose level 3 for NASA, it would set the password for the level 3 at that random range over the length of the array up here. So let's set it to one of these. And that would be all that that did. So then it would come back up here, and it would write out that you enter the password hint, and then you get your password that is already set in an anagram. And then, of course, you get your menu hint again. And at that point, we would come back up here for ask a password. There would be nothing else to do. So you'd no longer be running the main menu. Back up here, still nothing else to do. And this doesn't go back anywhere that has anything to do. So again, we're waiting on the user input. So they would come back in through here, and if they did main menu, you go back to show menu, but otherwise the selection has already been made that they are on the password. So then they would need to get their password checked. So for check password, if their input was the correct password, they would display the win screen, and if not, access denied, ask for the password again. So if they displayed the win screen, then the current screen would get set to screen win, terminal would be cleared again, and then they would be shown their level reward. So if they had done NASA, they'd be case 3, welcome to NASA's internal systems, and then their ASCII art, and that would be it. And so they would come back up here and write, of course, that they have their menu hint again. And then come back up here, and there's nothing else to do, and check password. And nothing else to do up here. So they would again be waiting on user inputs. And that is how the game is played. And it would just keep going through all of the different iterations possible.